to the Kent Lapp Podcast.
Is that easy to do? I feel like it would be. Like performing at that level, that's in people's blood, right? Do you thrive on that?
Yeah, I thrive on that. Big
Is
time.
there ever a time where it's like, we're on stage and it's like, man, come on, man, get it together, act like you're having fun, and you just sort of like get through the night? Or is it like sometimes, I mean, obviously you're going to have good days and bad days. And on the bad days, it's like, oh man, you're tired or you're whatever it is, you just don't feel as into it. But when you hit the stage, it immediately comes on. Does it always immediately come on, or do sometimes you have to kind of work into it?
I think every now and then you got to work into it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a completely like on-off switch. I think, especially sometimes you go, you play something that's like, man, I've been looking forward to this all week. This is going to be a huge show. And for whatever reason, you go out there and everybody's just like staring at you,
Oh,
like
yeah?
total dud crowd. And then, 6, 7 songs, you're like, damn, what's wrong with these people? Are they okay? Like, why is everybody just staring at me? This is awkward. And I think like you start thinking about it too much, and then you just got to push through that. And then other times you go out and be having the exact opposite. You'd be like, I'm bummed out. I'm not having a great day, whatever. And you got everybody's going crazy. So
And
I
you
think
just feed off of that.
Yeah, I think the whole thing is just constant roller coaster of human emotion. No matter where you are, whatever it is, like if you let it, one thing will ruin your show or make your show, or it's all very unpredictable.
Yeah, there's a chemistry to that. There's like an intangible to that. There's I was watching Post Malone, I think it was on Joe Rogan's podcast this summer, talking about like what it's like when you are performing to 15,000 people. And he's like, you have no idea. Like, it's like it's like somehow 15,000 people, you're in the moment with 15,000 people and you're all sort of together and you feel that energy. And he's just like, it's the best thing in the world.
Absolutely.
I mean, have you played in front of 15,000 people, by the way?
Like, we played in front of, I think the biggest one was when we did the inauguration. There was, I think it was like over 200,000.
Golly. In person?
Yeah, in person.
And plus there's millions on TV, right?
Yeah, so it was obviously televised, and then it went out. We played at Lincoln Memorial.
Yep.
On the steps there, and then it went all the way out to the Washington Monument. It was just people all like, I can't believe.
Dang.
Like it went so far back that you couldn't even see that it was people anymore. It was just kind of this shadow that went all the way out, and they had TVs going the whole way down. And then right in front of us, it was easily 100,000 people out through there, with all the like the main guests, like the military guests and all that different stuff, and then the first family and like everybody that was there. It was just more people than I've ever been in front of. And before that, we had done like Download Fest, which was like 80, 90,000, and did the Boy Scout Jamboree, which was like 87,000 something people, and the King of Sweden was there. Apparently, he's like a big Boy Scout supporter. Like he's got chapters all over Sweden, and done like 60,000 randomly, and it's called like Taste of Blue Ash Festival up in Ohio. They had like 66,000 people there first one night.
Dang.
Random.
Now, if you're going to play at a
shows.
stadium, like not something special, but it's just like an average tour stop, whatever that may be, if there is such a thing. Like, how many people are at those shows?
Kind of depends on what we're doing, but if it's like a big tour with other bands, it's usually like 6 to 10.
6 to 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of places you end up with more. Just kind of depends on the setup.
Sure. So if you're doing like a full on concert with another band and 6 to 10,000 people there, a lot of times it'd be like, I'm picturing just something like maybe like at the Bridgestone Arena, like a venue like that.
Yeah,
Is that
play a lot of those.
Common? Okay.
Yeah, a lot of those, a lot of stuff like Ascend Amphitheater.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So I think they call those like sheds. So it's like a big stage with a lawn out in front.
Gotcha.
We play a ton of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if you're playing those types of things, I picture that being a little bit different than like certainly playing at the inauguration or playing at some of these other festivals.
Yeah.
It's just like that's a concert, right? And the other thing, it's a little bit more like an event. There's other things going on, those types of things. I'm sure they're great each in their own right, but is still sort of your favorite just to go like play a full concert to 10,000 people, or are the festivals and inaugurations is like that your most favorite part?
They all have different stuff that's really cool about them. I don't think I have like a particular one because like with my solo stuff, I go play a bar for 50 people and I still love it. I still get excited. I still love performing and playing music. So, there's different aspects of it that are really cool. I think with the big events, you lose a little bit of that connection because everything's pretty far away.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought maybe.
Yeah. So even stuff like Download Fest over in England, it's 100,000 people easy, and they're probably like 60, 50 something feet away from you from the stage because there's this huge gap where they keep the crowd back. And
gotcha.
So everybody out there is like real small anyways.
Yeah.
Cool. And then it's just this kind of sea of dots that's moving around. So you lose a bit of that like personal connection where you're like playing like rocking out with people up front, like, oh, cool, jamming. So you kind of lose some of that, but it's still like it's the energy of 100,000 people in front of you. And
dang.
We've done a lot of acoustic tours that are like theaters. So
Three Doors has?
Yeah. We've done quite a few because we did one and it was successful and it was cool and the fans loved it. It's not full acoustic. It's just kind of stripped down. And
I see.
we did those in like kind of historic theaters all over the country and in Canada. And that was cool because it's like very personal. It's still like 2,000-3,000 people in a theater, but totally different level of that too because it's energy, it's exciting, but it's stripped down a little bit, and then people are like right there. There's a lot of times the seats are like this close.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is really cool.
We did a whole thing for a couple of those acoustic tours where the fans could sit on stage. It was like a VIP package. So then we'd have like couches.
No way.
And people sitting around us, which was like a whole other thing because they're like right there just staring
awesome.
at you, which was cool.
That's very cool. I'm just picturing when you're playing at a concert with another band and people it's the best night of their month probably, and they've been looking forward to this and they play good money. They're here because of Three Doors Down. Like they have come to listen and jam out and rock out and have a good time with their friends or whoever they're with, and they just want to get in the zone with Three Doors, and they're fans. Like that's why they're here. Whereas at the inauguration, it's like they're there for the inauguration, and then it's very cool that Three Doors is here, but like there's other stuff going on. Yeah. It just seems to me like there's a magic about playing like in a concert in a stadium. That's why they're there, and you can just share that evening with everyone. Yeah,
and that's a cool feeling too, like doing those acoustic things or doing like a Shed Stadium tour or anything that it's cool. It's like they're here for us.
Yeah,
and that's cool.
Yeah,
like it's we've played a ton of festivals too, some of the big rock festivals, and there's a lot of people there, but you still got your core fans that are down there that like, hey, I'm going to go see Three Doors Down at 6 o'clock. They're playing this stage, and like they come up, and then there's just a lot of people waiting on other bands. Okay. Still a ton of energy, still really cool. But whenever you go to a big venue and it's sold out, and you're the headliner, that's pretty cool. That's a good feeling.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. It's a really good feeling.